Lincoln Mitchell, how y'all doing? In another trading challenge, and definitely my last one. I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons about taking these trading challenges, and this is even including companies like TopStep, which is a great company. One bad thing about taking trading challenges, people, is it really takes you out your comfort zone. It does. And what I mean by, if you look at where I'm at, I'm number 202 versus this guy just flying. He's at 35,000. Now, what does that make me do? It makes me want to trade things that I normally wouldn't trade. It'll make me stay in trades longer than I would stay in. It'll make me also go to try to hit home runs. And that goes for Top Step as well. When you're in a Top Step program, it's the same thing. You just want to get past step one and step two to go on to the next level. And a lot of times you're going to take trades that you would not necessarily take. Let's use this trading challenge with CME. This guy's a real trader right here. Now look where he's at compared to everybody else. See what I'm saying? But he's a real trader, so he's going to use stop losses when trade go bad. He's going to get out. He had 12 trades, and basically he's at 12. What's that? 24. So basically he's losing what, $200 a trade. See, when you take a trading challenge, people, these people are going for broke. Divided by 12. See there? So for every trade he's doing, he's taking basically a $200 risk. $200 loss, and that's realistic. That's very realistic. Same way with me. If you look at me down here, I'm scalping like hell. I only got $1,300 up, and these guys are blowing me out the water. Now, the reason behind that, you look for those challenges to perfect your trading style. But what I want y'all to be very, very wary of is don't go in these challenges and start picking up bad habits like I did. I went in a lot of these challenges. I picked up so many bad habits. It really destroy some of my real accounts. I had to take a step back and say, hey, hold on now, hold on. Because you're trying to hit them home runs. And once those home runs become successful one time, it's very addictive. It's very addictive to do it again. It's like an addiction. I'm telling you, it does. So my best advice to people is take, a couple of them, but do not stay on these trading challenges long at all. For the veteran traders and the seasoned traders, I don't recommend you doing these trading challenges at all. Leave it to the novice people, the intermediate, and the beginners. When you're advanced, do not take these things because, you already know it. You're going to start developing bad habits. People, you have to pace yourself in this game. One of the hardest races to run in track, believe it or not, is a 400 meter. A 400 meter is a killer race because it's designed with speed, stamina, and endurance. And anybody who ever ran a 400 meter will tell you that is a brutal race. That thing is brutal. You almost deplete every bit of your energy running that. Well, that first 100 in a 400, you don't want to go all out. You know what I'm saying? You got to, every time you take off on a 400, you have to try to pace yourself. Even though you're going fast, you still got to keep some in the tank to go the distance. That's the same thing in trading, people. Don't get in here and start to develop habits that's not going to get you to complete the whole race or to make you go the distance. This is very dangerous in this. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Be very, very careful with this. Learn to get in strategies where you will go the distance. As I watched this all night long, I stood up very, very late. Maybe only got 3 hours tops of sleep. And I watched this trading challenge. And I watched these names. And these names were just coming and going. Now, this guy, there's another FX guy that was on here. I don't know what happened to him. There was 2 of them. He just came out of nowhere. Bam. He wasn't even on here last night. He's been on here. But most of all these people now, and this person been on here, most of all these people, I think this person was on there too, they're just popping up. These names are switching and changing places left and right. Why? Because it's a trading challenge. If this is a real account, $35,000 in a day, I guarantee you he'll be done. He'll call it a day. be done. But since it's a challenge, he's going to push it to the limit. Versus me, I'm already at my 1% a day. But you know what? I'm going to keep pushing it because it's a challenge. I have to start taking trades to try to catch up with these guys. First, I was taking my precious time. I was like, I kind of checked it. I checked the I ended up checking this leaderboard to see, where I was at compared to the other traders. And man, they were catching gears, man. I mean, they would drive. Man, this thing is moving really slow today. See there? I was only at $700. This person at 21. Oh, there got the other guy. See what I'm saying? This guy was on here. See, these names are starting to switch around. If you start looking at them, a couple of these are still here, but some of those guys just came this morning too. So, but last night I know a lot of them switched around. So, but when you're taking these challenges, people, try not to look at this leaderboard like me. Stick with your own strategy. Stick with what you know best. Stick with what works for you, regardless whether you win or lose these challenges. Stick with what works for you. Top Step. I love Top Step, and I never completed Top Step. This is level 2, and I decided to go ahead and call it quits on Top Step. This is step 2. I took a massive loss, which was $900, and the reason why I decided to quit it, I was trading and ended up going across news time, and of course that is a violation of their rules. Well, I looked at it and told my wife, I like, you know what, this Top Step thing has taken way too long. I'm not going to do it anymore. She was like, well, you was really close to finishing it. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I was picking up too many bad habits. I was developing habits that I normally don't do when I trade, people. And to me, be careful when you take these challenges. That's all I'm saying, y'all. All right? Lincoln Mitchell.